Hey Miranda, I just wanted to confirm with you that I was going to have Pauline this weekend. I was going to come over around 10 in the morning on Saturday to come and pick her up.
So you're going to pick her up on Saturday morning and drop her off on Sunday night then?
That was the plan, yeah. I was thinking that we could go to Legoland for the day and stay in a hotel around there for the night.
Wow. I'm really surprised that you've been able to stick to doing this once a month. I mean, isn't it a 6-hour drive for you? Do you really want to see your own daughter that much?
Of course I do. There isn't anyone in the world who means as much to me as Pauline does. And since I only get to see her once a month, I always want to make sure that we're doing something fun together.
I see. Right. Your life must be really sad the rest of the month in that case, huh? I mean, have you done anything really fun for yourself ever since we got a divorce? You know that you can go out and date other women and do stuff like that, right?
I know that I can, but it just doesn't really interest me at all. I mean, if you're in the mood to be making suggestions, I wouldn't mind taking custody of Pauline for a while.
Yeah, no, that is not going to happen. Pauline is just fine where she is right now, thank you very much. I finally feel like I have a good balance between my work and personal life, and I don't need you interfering.
Alright then, maybe don't go around making snide comments around what I should or shouldn't do with my life, okay?
Wait a second. Don't tell me that you're jealous just because I'm actually enjoying my life since we got divorced.
That's literally not what I said at all. By the way, I read some of those articles that you wrote and put online.
Oh, are you talking about my mommy blog? Yeah, well, things have been pretty busy for me ever since I became a single mother. But thanks to that blog, I'm able to make a little money for myself and let everyone know just how hard it is to be me. Of course, I give plenty of tips for other single parents as well.
I see. Well, I wonder how your readership would feel if they knew the real reason why you were divorced. I mean, you read so much about how hard your work is and how difficult your life is, but I haven't seen a single word about how you cheated and that's why you're a single mother.
Are you really going to try and open up that can of worms with me right now, Frank? You better not be thinking of leaving a comment with any nonsense like that written in it.
Of course not. I would never do that as long as you have Pauline. But I just think that maybe you would do good to remember why it is that you're in this position.
I do not need to take this from a man who wasn't even good enough to hold my attention. And it's not like you can even say what I was doing was really cheating. I was just out having a little fun, and you totally blew things out of proportion.
I'm sorry, but if you have sexual relationships with someone outside your marriage and your partner isn't consenting to that, then that is cheating.
Yeah, you're so wise about how relationships work. But men do that kind of stuff to women all of the time and never get in trouble. So I think that you need to check yourself the next time you want to say something as sexist as that. I mean, just what is wrong with talking to people on a dating app, huh? I really am so happy that we're divorced. Do you know that? Now I can finally live the life I want without ever having to worry about you.
Let's not pretend like everything happened in that app. And besides, you were the one who first sent that message to the guy in the first place on the app.
Okay, we don't need to rehash this whole situation. We're already divorced now, so can we please just drop it already? I really don't care enough to keep talking about this.
Fine, I'm sorry. I know that we agreed to stop bringing that up so much. But anyways, I guess I'll see you this weekend. Please just tell Pauline to have her bag packed and ready with overnight stuff, okay?
And you still haven't forgotten our rules for you getting to see her?
You mean that if I don't have her back home on time, then I won't get to see her next month?
That's right, and don't you ever forget it. And just know that I have a tracking app on Pauline's phone, so I always know where she is. I don't want to see you taking her back to your house at all. Straight to the amusement park, and then straight back here. Got it?
I understand, Miranda. You have my word and I'll do just that. And I also want to say that I do appreciate you raising Pauline and taking care of her since the divorce.
Well, I'm just glad you remember who's really doing the hard work around here. Now you better not let a single thing happen to my precious little girl.
Miranda, do you have a second to chat real quick?
What do you want now, Frank?
Well, I was wondering if we could just talk about Pauline for a bit.
You just had her last weekend. What could you possibly want now? Don't tell me that you're wanting to get a second weekend with her so soon.
No, it isn't quite that. I wanted to talk to you about something else, actually.
What is it? Just spit it out already, because I'm not going to guess.
Well, I noticed last weekend when I had her, she was crying over the meal that I served her.
What is that supposed to mean?
I mean, she was like really bawling over this food. And she said it was the first hot meal she had had in a long time.
I have no idea what you're trying to get at right now.
Well, that's the thing, I also don't quite understand it. I asked Pauline what she meant by that, and she said that she had hardly ever had anything to eat that was cooked fresh at home.
Well, she knows that's not my fault. I am way too busy working to have any time at all to be cooking for her.
So then, you guys aren't even eating together at the house?
Are you trying to accuse me of starving our daughter right now? You know that I would never ever do that. I am taking perfectly fine care of her.
No, that isn't what I'm saying at all, actually. I asked Pauline, and she said that she gets plenty to eat.
Well, then what's the big idea of you coming to me with this, huh? You think that I'm not always trying to do my best to make sure that she has what she needs to grow up big and strong? I feed her healthy food with lots of nutrients, and never neglect her duties as her mother. That girl has got some nerve crying over whatever cheap microwave meal you served her, calling it your own cooking.
I really don't think that you should put any of the blame on this on Pauline. I just mean that maybe she missed my cooking and that's why she was crying?
Is that what you're trying to do now, Frank? Are you just texting me to brag about how much of a better cook you are? You think that just because you know some fancy tricks in the kitchen that this makes you better than me? I work so hard to make sure that we have something to eat every single day. I really am pissed that you would even say that to me, Frank!
Miranda, I'm sorry, that really wasn't what I was trying to say at all. Well, Pauline was crying and I just thought that maybe we could talk about it as her parents.
And just what are you trying to get at this time, huh?
I get that we're divorced and we don't live together anymore, but we both care about Pauline and want her to grow up both physically and mentally healthy. And it just kinda seems to me that Pauline might be a really lonely child. I know that I do everything I can to be there for her when I have her, but I wonder if maybe you couldn't spend a little more time with her as well? I just think that it would go a long way in cheering her up is all.
I think that Pauline is just over-exaggerating and is happy to have a different environment than my home to be in. But I know for a fact that I raised that girl just fine.
Well, I think that Pauline might be feeling differently about that.
And just what do you know about her, huh? You see her 1 weekend a month and you think you're an expert. I live with her. Besides, she's a big girl and needs to learn how to start taking care of herself.
Miranda, our daughter is only 3 years old.
And in 6 months, she'll be 4.
I don't really want to get into this fight right now. All I'm asking you is to spend a little more time in your schedule with Pauline. I know that you're really busy with work and life and all, so if you want, I could take Pauline off your hands more often.
No. That is just not going to work for me at all. I know how to handle my schedule, and you coming around more is just going to ruin things.
But what about Pauline? I really do feel like she's feeling lonely. I mean, she was literally crying.
You mean that she was crying the whole time? The entire weekend?
Well, no, but what child would cry for 2 days straight?
That's what I thought. So why don't you settle down and quit blowing things out of proportion? You don't need to be in control of every little emotion that she gets through. I'm a working mom who knows how to raise my child, and if you don't think I'm not doing every single thing I can for her, then I don't want to talk to you.
I really am not trying to lecture or tell you how to live your life. But I just also worry about Pauline, and I just want to be there for her if she needs me. I mean, I think that we should both want what's best for her, right?
Alright, that's it. I've asked you to stop. I've asked you to stop over and over again, and you're not listening. You are not going to be seeing our daughter next month.
Wait, what? Come on, Miranda, that's just not fair.
You should have thought about that before you went running your mouth at me. I am going to talk to Pauline about this, and that will be that. This is what you get for trying to teach me how to go about raising my own daughter.
Miranda, please don't be like this. I mean, I've been seeing her once a month ever since we got divorced.
And now you're going to have to wait an extra month because you don't know when to shut up. Don't forget that I do have custody of her. Although, if you really want to see her that badly, you might be able to change my mind with a small donation. I might be convinced to change my mind if you helped support a poor single mother.
Pauline, are you already asleep? I want you to get back to me as soon as you see these messages, okay? And you have to keep this a secret from your mom.
Dad, what are you doing texting me so late? What kind of secret do I have to keep from Mom?
Oh, Pauline, are you still awake at this time?
Well, I was just kind of about to go sleep. I was still on the couch watching TV, and then I saw my phone light up with your message. Did you try calling me or something? What's this you want to talk about, Dad?
Pauline, I need you to get out of the house right away. I want you to go and pack your bag with just essentials, okay?
What do you mean, what's going on?
It's okay, Pauline. I know all about what's been going on. And I just want to say that I'm so sorry that I've never noticed before.
Dad, are you sure about this?
Pauline, can you tell me if Mommy's in the house with you right now?
Why do you ask? What's going on?
Pauline, please, there's nothing to be scared of. I know what's been going on there. And I finally realized what you were trying to tell me the last time that we were together.
So you mean that I don't have to lie to you anymore, Daddy?
That's right, there's no use in that anymore. And again, I'm so sorry that I wasn't there for you before. But from now on, you're gonna come and live with me, okay?
But Mom is really scary. Anytime I tell her that I want to go and live with you, she gets really, really mad at me. Mommy says that if I go and live with you, that you'll get bored of me and throw me out on the street.
Pauline, you don't have to listen to a single word that your mom says to you. I know that your mom is never home and that she never ever cooks for you, right? That's bad, sweetie. Your mom shouldn't be treating you like that. I know that this is going to be hard for a while, but things are going to be better for you if you're here with me.
You mean it, Daddy? That you really go and live with you?
That's right, and I'm never ever going to leave you ever again. There might be some days when I come home from work late, but I'm never going to leave you alone all night. And I'll make sure to cook for you every single day. You don't have to listen to your mom's lies anymore. You've been so strong, and I'm very proud of you.
Daddy, thank you so much. I've wanted to live with you for so long.
I know that I should have realized that a long time ago. But we're gonna make things right now, okay? I'm parked downstairs in the parking lot right now. Be a good girl, pack your bags, and come outside, okay? I would come inside and help, but then I think that you could get into some big trouble. So you have to do this by yourself.
Okay, Daddy, I'll pack my bags and then I'll go outside.
Miranda, you and I have got to have a little chat.
What do you want, you jerk? I am busy right now. If this is about seeing Pauline, then the answer is no. I already told you that you wouldn't be seeing her next month. Now, you are going to drop this now, or you won't see her for the month after that, too.
I'm not worried about asking you to see Pauline ever again.
And just what is that supposed to mean? Did you finally find a girlfriend or something? Honestly, you men are all the same. You find another girl in your life and you kick us all to the curb. But you are going to pay child support, know that.
I'm not going to be paying a single cent, actually.
You really have some nerve texting me just to say all of this, you know that?
Well, the reason I'm not going to pay you is because you don't need the money.
Excuse me? You have no idea how hard it is being a single mother. Do you really think that I don't need the child support? Do you really care so little about your own daughter? You're not even good enough to be her father. I am going to write all about you in my blog, you jerk. And then everyone is going to know about how you hate your daughter and refuse to pay child support. You are going to be ruined.
I think that you're misunderstanding what's going on right now. I mean that I'm not going to pay you because I'm taking care of Pauline right now.
What on earth are you talking about, you crazy person?
I take that you still haven't gotten home then, right?
I have no idea what you mean by that.
Well then, I'm here to tell you that Pauline and I are both together right now. I picked her up at your place last night.
You did what? What is the matter with you? Don't you realize what you've done? I am going to call the police and you are going to be thrown in jail.
Oh, you're more than welcome to call the police, Miranda. But know that I'm going to fight you every step of the way.
Fight me? On what grounds, Frank?
How about the fact that you aren't doing anything to raise our daughter at all? I know that you're working, but you're also just letting strange men come in and out of your place. I've been looking into all of what you've been doing this whole week.
You mean you've been spying on me?
I knew that there was something up the day that Pauline was crying in front of me. But now I realize that you're barely spending any time at home and that you've just been giving Pauline bags of chips for dinner. The only thing you ever do for her is wash her when she starts to stink so nobody asks too many questions. But now I know that you haven't been any kind of mother to her at all. I hear that she hardly even shows up to her preschool.
Wait, no, you don't get it. She's just been sick and hasn't been able to have big meals or go to school.
Don't even bother, I already heard it all from Pauline herself. Why even bother lying anymore? I'm gonna take custody of Pauline. I've already called the CPS and cleared it with them. So go ahead and call the cops, see what happens.
I don't believe you. You really think that you can get custody from me?
You've barely even been home since we got divorced. Do you really care so little about your own daughter? How dare you go on and on to me about how much you do when it's been nothing?
Wait, no, please, you can't take my daughter away from me.
You abused having custody over her and used it to make her obey you. Well, no, it's not going to work.
Please, she can live with you and you can raise her, but I need to have custody.
And just what would have even been the point of having custody of her then? If you don't even care if she lives with you, then why even bother keeping it, huh?
Because what kind of mother doesn't have custody over their own child? It's unheard of.
Are you kidding me? Is that it?
Yeah, I mean, just look around. Women always get custody of the kids. How do you think it's going to make me look if I don't?
So that's what this is all about, huh? You're just concerned about how you look in all this.
Please, my job was just getting on track and everyone knows me online for being a single mom. What are people going to say when they find out I don't even have custody of my child?
This is just stupid. I really can't believe you. You're not even gonna be a good parent to her. You were just using your daughter as a tool for your own self-image. Well, not anymore. After that, CPS called Miranda to let her know that she was being stripped of her custody of Pauline, and that it was being transferred to me. It was only a few weeks later that a keen observer on Miranda's website picked up that she wasn't a single mother anymore and she didn't even have custody of her child. When that happened, the website traffic plummeted, and she lost the one thing that had kept her ego alive since our divorce. I hear that even her parents found out that she lost Pauline, and when they asked why, she cracked and told them the truth, which only made them more upset. As for Pauline and I took her to a nutritionist and we're on a diet to help rebuild her strength. We both had to make big adjustments since she moved in with me, but more than anything, I'm just glad that my daughter's in a safe environment and away from Miranda. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Carl, you really surprised me just now. I never imagined in a million years you'd announce the marriage like that.
Sorry to get you all together at such a busy period in the morning, Miss Martin. But today was the only day I was able to make the announcement at work. Apologies to trouble you over my personal affairs, but I wanted everybody to know.
Oh, don't be silly, Carl. You don't have to be so formal and stiff around me. Just call me Betty, like always.
Huh? But I always call you Miss Martin. I guess I don't mind calling you Betty, though. One other thing. I'd appreciate if you wouldn't message me so much while we're at work. It's kind of a distraction from my job.
I don't see the problem. That's just how we are together, right? Anyway, it's almost your break time. Don't be such a spoil sport.
I still have another 30 minutes left until my break.
Wow, Carl. I was really shocked when you made the announcement in front of everyone like that. I must admit, though, I did feel a teeny-weeny bit embarrassed.
Well, I was announcing my wedding. It'd be weird if I didn't do it in front of everyone. I'm gonna be real busy with preparations for the ceremony from now on, so I had to get it done this morning.
Wow, you're already making preparations for the wedding? I love how proactive you are. But really, to think you'd get started on the preparations without telling me.
We haven't decided on a day, so I haven't told work about that yet. We plan on going on honeymoon too. So I'll most likely be taking a fair bit of time off after the wedding. I'm really sorry if you guys feel an increase in the workload while I'm not around.
Wow, a honeymoon too? Baby, I had no idea you thought so much of me. I feel like a special lady right now. I accept. The answer is yes! Thank you for proposing to me. I will hereby be known as Betty Butler. Let's be happy together, baby.
What the? Wait, what? What are you talking about?
From here on out, I'm no longer Betty Martin. Starting from today, my name is Betty Butler. Your darling. I don't mind if it's only in private, but please call me Betty from now on, okay?
Huh? What is this? What do you mean?
Your wedding announcement was a way of proposing to me in secret, right? Things could get awkward at work for us at work if we came out. The questions would be never-ending. I think you made the right decision. It's much better this way, at least for now. You really are so thoughtful. I love that about you. But really, darling, even if you just told everyone the truth, my feelings for you wouldn't change. My heart is yours forever and always. To tell you the truth, I would have preferred a more romantic proposal. A special moment beneath the stars, in a garden of some French restaurant with a relaxed, laid-back atmosphere and a breathtaking nighttime landscape view of the city. But wow, to propose to me at work in front of everyone like that was so bold. You have testicles like bowling balls, Carl. I think I'm even hotter for you now.
What? Sorry, Betty, but I really don't know what you mean by any of this. Please, could you explain? You think I proposed to you? What makes you say that?
Don't talk silly. I'm your fiancé, right?
Huh? You are?
You did say me and my longtime girlfriends are finally gonna tie the knot, didn't you? That girlfriend is me, right? We've been dating for a whole 3 years now. The best 3 years of my life!
No! What are you saying? You can't be serious! You've got it all wrong! I don't know why you think that, but you're wrong! My fiancé is someone else! You and I aren't getting married? What kind of mental gymnastics have you been pulling to convince yourself of this? Did you think we were dating this whole time?
Oh, darling, you don't need to be shy or embarrassed around me. I remember the day you got transferred to my department 3 years ago like it was yesterday. I remember how you confessed your love to me with your intense, loving gaze. I won't let you say you forgot, baby.
What? I seriously don't understand what you're talking about! I don't remember looking at you like that! Besides, what does confessing my love to you with my gaze mean? Is that even possible?
You're so cute when you get all flustered. Don't be shy, darling. I already know how you feel. Let's start making preparations for the wedding this weekend. Just the two of us, okay? Oh, that reminds me. I have to hand in my resignation. I'll get it done before the end of today, so just hold on, baby. I'm gonna be your stay-at-home housewife. I'll see you on dinner break, baby. Speak later.
Wait! Betty! Excuse me. Does this number belong to a Mr. Carl Butler? Yeah, that's me. Who's this? My name's Albert Martin. I'm Betty Martin's husband. What? Betty's husband? She's married? That's right, she is. There are a couple of things I'd like to ask you, Carl. I got your phone number from a business card of yours I found under my wife's pillow. Allow me to get straight to the point. Are you my wife's lover? What? Her lover? The thing is, Betty handed me some divorce papers as I was eating my roast potatoes this evening. I practically spat my coffee out all over the table. She told me a certain Carl Butler had proposed to her at work, and that she intends to marry him. She made it very clear that the reason she was divorcing me was so she could be with you. Wrong! I'm just her co-worker! All that stuff you just mentioned about me proposing to her is wrong! She's making a huge misunderstanding! A misunderstanding? What do you mean by that? It's true, I did announce my engagement at work today, but I obviously wasn't proposing to your wife. My fiancé is someone else. Somehow, Betty managed to convince herself my engagement announcement was in fact a way of secretly proposing to her, and she started sending me all these weird messages. She won't leave me alone. I'm starting to wonder if this is what it feels like to have a stalker. She won't leave you alone? All day at work, she kept sending me messages asking about what kind of wedding we're gonna have, who we'll invite, where we're going on honeymoon, plus plenty of other crazy stuff. On our dinner break, she threw the lunchbox my fiancé made me all over the floor and forced me to share hers with her. She's been going around telling people at work she and I are engaged, and somehow even has the phone numbers of my out-of-work friends, who she keeps calling to announce the news. I tried to slip out of the office quickly without her noticing, but she was waiting behind a car outside and followed me all the way home. Ah, I know! I'll send you screenshots of our chat logs. I feel awful about being accused of cheating. I want you to know it isn't true. No, it's okay. I merely wanted to hear your side of the story. I'm not accusing you of anything. I had some suspicions this might have been the case. To tell you the truth, something similar happened with my wife a few years ago. It looked as though she was about to be taken to court on stalking charges at one point. I couldn't help but feel this might be the same kind of behavior rearing its ugly head again. I'm so sorry for all the trouble my wife has caused you. Really? I had no idea about that! I'm sorry to bring this up, but there's more than a 30-year age gap between me and your wife. To tell you the truth, to have a woman old enough to be my mother obsessing over me and harassing me with creepy remarks makes me super uncomfortable. My attempts at rejecting her fall on deaf ears. There's just no talking to her. It's almost like I'm talking to a brick wall. If things carry on at this rate, I'm really worried she might start going after my fiancé, and the thought of her getting hurt, I'm actually pretty terrified. I truly am sorry for everything my wife's put you through, Carl. To think you're so young, too. No, I'm the one who should be apologizing. I feel awful that your wife divorced you because of me. Actually, I think after all that's happened, it's finally time. I'll be going through with the divorce. Huh? My patience has reached its limit. I've reached the point where I have to accept it. She's beyond hell. There's only so much one man can take. You know how I said she nearly got taken to court on stalking charges before? The only reason she didn't is because I settled with them out of court, paying the compensation out of my own pocket. I can't afford to take another hit like that because of my wife's behavior, mentally or financially. I made excuses for her and looked the other way the first time because she was my wife, and I loved her. But to think she's back up to her old tricks, it's exactly the same as before. I can't go through this again. I think divorcing is for the best if that's what you want. But don't you think there's a chance she might get even worse afterwards? She might feel like she's been liberated from the only thing holding her back and escalate. Of course. Don't worry. I won't just be washing my hands of her and letting her do whatever she wants. I'll be taking decisive measures to make absolutely certain she never causes you any trouble ever again. Rest at ease, young man. This regrettable little episode will all be over soon. What do you mean by decisive measures? If it's okay with you, I'd really appreciate if you let me know. Ah, yes, certainly.
Carl! I handed it in first thing this morning. My resignation. I have lots of holiday to use up before my last day, so you won't see me around the office again after tomorrow. I've already started getting my things together, and I'll be moving into your place over the next few days.
Miss Martin, I don't know how many times I have to tell you this, but you and I are not engaged. My fiancé is someone else.
Don't be shy, sweetie. We're already a couple, you silly Billy.
No, we are not. Let me make this crystal clear. You and I are not together, and you're causing me so many problems. You've got no idea. If you don't cut this out soon, I'm gonna report you to the police for stalking me. Do you really want to have to pay compensation again? You'll go to court for real this time.
Huh? Wait, how? How do you know about the compensation?
I got a message from your husband last night. He told me all about how this isn't your first time doing something like this. And it got so bad before that you almost got taken to court. You obviously didn't learn your lesson. Do you want me to file charges too? I swear I'll do it!
He told you? That traitor! It's all lies! Hateful lies! He's just jealous, baby! I'm no cheater! How could I cheat if my heart has only ever belonged to you, Carl?
I don't want it! You can have it back! Anyway, if you don't stop harassing me, I'm reporting you to the police and filing stalking charges! You're creeping the hell out of me, and I'm more stressed than I've been in years! I'm barely eating, and it's messing with my sleep!
How could you say such things? Stop it! Are you saying the announcement you made the other day in front of the whole office was a lie?
No, I'm saying it was never directed at you in the first place! You and I aren't getting married, and we never will!
Please, Carl, marry me! I'm divorcing my husband for you!
Yeah, I know. He said he's committed to going ahead with it too. He also said he intends to sue you for damages.
Huh? Damages?
The settlement money from your last stalking episode. He paid your victim off so you wouldn't get taken to court, didn't he? He said he's taking you to court over it. To quote the man himself, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Looks like you won't be getting away with it this time. He intends to sue you for damages while you go through the divorce proceedings.
Wait! That's ancient history! How could he do that? It's hardly fair to sue me over something that happened such a long time ago!
That's for you and him to discuss. I couldn't possibly comment. You and I are strangers, and it's not my problem.
Strangers? We're said to be married, Carl! Your words are cruel and they hurt me!
We are not getting married! Not now, not next week, not next month, not next year, not ever! We're strangers!
We're not getting married? This can't be happening! Why are you telling me all of this now all of a sudden?
What? Are you serious? How many times have I told you by now? I'm marrying someone else! How is it even possible that you're only just noticing now? Has your husband divorcing you brought you back down to reality?
Isn't it obvious? If we don't get married... I just handed in my resignation for nothing! I was supposed to be your stay-at-home housewife! The boss already finalized the proceedings! Ah!
That's not my problem! You're the one who went off and handed in your resignation based on the most ridiculous misunderstanding in human history!
No, this can't be real! I have to cancel my resignation! They have to reverse it somehow! I need to go see HR right now!
Before you do, please deal with the customers on their way to see you.
Huh? Customers?
That's right. Think of it as your final job at this company. Your parents are on their way to the office.
What? My parents?
Apparently, your husband called them out yesterday to ensure you never go causing anyone trouble like this ever again. On top of divorcing you, he made arrangements for your parents to take you in.
What? No!
I heard from your husband about how your dad's a super strict ex-military man. Is that right? He said something about your mom being the kind of woman you absolutely do not want to get on the wrong side of, too. Here's the worst part. Apparently, she flipped out when your husband explained what you've been up to, including what you're doing to me now and the time you nearly got taken to court. Between the expletives, he's pretty sure he heard her say you're going back to the family home, where they can keep a watchful eye on you.
What? No! Please make it stop! Carl!
I'm sorry, but this is way beyond my pay grade. I wouldn't be able to make it stop even if I wanted to. Please discuss things as a family from here on out.
Please wait! You have no idea how bad this is! Me and my parents never got along! I can't go back there! I can't! I'm begging you, send them back, please!
I can hardly go sending them back. When they've gone to such trouble to come out from such a long way away, that would just be rude.
Carl, please, I'll do anything! I'm so sorry for yesterday! I'm so sorry for everything!
Not my problem. Hey, I think that's your parents pulling up in the car park now. Good luck with everything. Something tells me we'll never be seeing each other again. After that, I put in a sneaky word with the boss, preventing Betty's attempt at withdrawing her resignation. Then, ensuring she had no means of escaping her fate, I escorted her to her parents in the car park. Despite her mom and dad both being in their 70s, they seemed super fit and energetic, and I knew what Albert had meant by her dad being a strict ex-military man the moment I laid eyes on him. The pair of them grabbed their daughter by the scruff of the neck and drove off after literally dragging her into the car. 2 days later, her mom and dad came back to the office. They apologized profusely for the reign of terror their daughter had subjected me to, and gave me some money by way of saying sorry. Due to the circumstances, the judge declared Betty's husband would be entitled to all of her assets in the divorce, and he came out of the marriage with a tidy sum of money. Betty herself was taken far, far away, back to her parents' house, where she was forced to undergo a strict regimen of re-education. It's crazy when you think about it. A woman in her 50s Having to be re-disciplined by her elderly parents? I'm so dumbfounded, I have no words.